Hello, my name is Wendy Love Edge, and I'd like to welcome you to the Bulldozer Health Show. This is episode 16, and today I'll be speaking with Cynthia Busse, who is a nutritionist and essential oil educator. Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Absolutely.
So recently I contacted you because I was having some new pain issues and some other symptoms, and I really wanted to try essential oils for those symptoms. And I did, and to my surprise, it really helped everything. So I would like for you to explain to people what essential oils are.
Okay. Essential oils are the essence, the life force of the plant. They're like blood is to the human body. Mm-hmm. And the things they do for us are the things that it has to do for itself. It has to fight against, bacteria and viruses. It has to heal, regenerate, oxygenate. And it does those things for us too.
Wow. And so that's how it works in the human body, the same way as it does in a plant?
It does. It has the ability to clean the receptor sites of your cells. It has the ability to take out bad DNA information, which if you know about genetically modified organisms, they mess up the DNA. Mm-hmm. And it can restore the DNA, the original DNA.
Wow. So what would you recommend, like, I know that we already have spoken about it, but just for the people who are listening or watching, if someone contacts you and says they're having a lot of pain, which type of oils would you recommend and why?
There are so many oils for pain, but some really popular ones are peppermint oil. It's the universal oil. Magnifies any of the other oils you put it with too. So it's a great anti-inflammatory and pain oil. Lavender is known for pain as well. They've done studies and proven this. Copaiba, it's tapped from a tree in Brazil, just like you do maple syrup, and it's really unique, and it also does very well for emotional issues as well as pain and inflammation.
Wow. So there's several different oils to choose from.
There's more.
There's more. And so how would someone use the oils?
Well, if they're young living therapeutic grade essential oils, then I can recommend that they use them topically on the area of pain. Mm-hmm. You can take most all of them internally. Just look on the bottle, and if it says dietary supplement, and most of them do, you can take it internally, under your tongue, in a capsule if you happen to not like the taste, and inhaling, diffusing it, or just putting it in your hands and inhaling deeply.
So the oil has to be of therapeutic grade, and is any root better than another? If we're talking about pain relief right now, we'll talk about some other things after. But
there is a recipe that we commonly call the morphine bomb recipe, mm-hmm. and it's some drops of frankincense, Idaho balsam fir, and copaiba. And it's very popular, and it's been used a lot to help a lot of people with pain. I used it whenever I tore some ligaments in my knee skiing last year, and I did not take one ibuprofen.
So even for an acute injury, it worked?
Mm-hmm. I put it topically, and I took a capsule.
Okay. So there's not one root that may work better than the other. When I say root, I mean like through the mouth or on your skin. It's dependent on the individual who uses it.
True, yeah, and we highly recommend, a reference guide. We stock them for all of our members, and it's important because we didn't grow up knowing how to use these. Mm-hmm. And it'll list whether the best way to use that oil for that condition, whether it's topical or inhaling or ingesting.
Okay, so it may depend on the particular oil. Now, what if someone wanted to use essential oils for some of the emotional things that you were talking about in a general way, but let's say for depression or anxiety?
Yes.
Which oils would be good for that, and how do they work?
Well, they work by communicating with the hypothalamus, the emotional center of your brain. The only way to communicate with it is through smell.
Oh,
That makes aromatherapy very unique.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
The oils are able to affect the brain, and within seconds getting it to emit hormones and the dopamine and neurotransmitters, and just within seconds it's doing what can take years of therapy
Wow.
to do.
Well, they say the sense of smell is our strongest sense, so that makes perfectly logical sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting though, because in preparation for this podcast today, I looked up essential oils on the internet, and it said there wasn't really any research, which is not really true, is it?
There's loads of research, and you
Mhm.
can go to pubmed.gov and type in essential oils or type in frankincense. Lots of articles with frankincense and cancer on there.
It's
So
interesting
that's
you
a
say
lie.
that. I have a friend with leukemia, and he was starting to take some pharmaceutical drugs, but then he learned about frankincense
Yes.
and started using that regularly without talking to his doctor about it. And when he went to the doctor next and had his test done, his tests had improved quite a bit.
Mhm.
So I know that's sort of, anecdotal evidence.
Lots of it.
But there's so much of it, and it was actually on Wikipedia that it said there wasn't really substantiated evidence. So I think someone should go in there and correct that.
Update it.
Yeah,
We need an
definitely.
update, yeah.
for
There's
sure.
a lot, and I personally know
Right.
some stories.
How did you come to start using essential oils yourself?
I'd been wanting to learn for years, especially as a nutritional therapist, but our training didn't go into essential oils
Mm-hmm.
deeply, and it just, a year and a half ago, it was time,
Right.
and dove in and started learning. And as in any area, there's a lot of myths. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to find what's best for me and my family.
Sure.
And in my research, that's what led me to Young Living.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some really strong reasons for picking that company. But there's a handful of them out there.
There are other companies,
Mhm.
right? And as long as, like you say, they're food grade oils,
Mm-hmm.
that's the important part.
Yes.
Is it important frequently to ingest them? Because I know I've used other oils that I bought, say at the health food store,
Mhm.
that weren't necessarily food grade,
Right.
and gotten limited results.
Yeah.
This was years ago.
Yes.
Things like lavender
Yes.
might help to fall asleep, or
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it is really different, isn't it?
It is. You're getting possibly a watered down product
Mhm.
and quality. There's no quality assurance. The FDA only requires that it has 5% of pure lavender oil for the bottle to say 100% lavender oil.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and it's probably diluted with some nut oils. It could be cheaply done nut oils. You might have a reaction to that if you have any nut allergies. And Young Living is the only one that has their own farms.
Mm-hmm. So that's important too.
Yeah.
So to consider when you're choosing from the different ones that are
Yeah,
available.
there are questions to ask.
Mhm.
You can ask other companies to see if they are up to the standard that you're looking for.
Right.
But there's a website called seedtosealcom that goes all into the quality and what all we go into.
Oh, that's really good to know. seedtoseal.com.
Yes.
Great. Now, what oils would you recommend that people have in their home for day-to-day use or emergencies? So,
Peppermint. 694 documented uses. I mean, if you're not sure what to try peppermint.
okay, that's really
Lavender
good to know.
is your first aid kit in a bottle.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, burns, stings, eczema, skin issues, poison ivy, ringworm,
really covers a lot of things.
Lavender does a lot of things. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So is there anything else you'd like to add today? If someone is interested in essential oils or considering using them, what would you tell them?
Do your research. Understand that there's going to be a lot of misinformation out there, though. The British model is what America follows for the most part, and that is just to maybe massage it in or smell it. My opinion is that maybe that's why so many substandard companies cropped up.
Possibly. Mm-hmm.
But the French, they use them in their hospitals a lot, and they believe in using a lot of the oils neat, which is straight oil. And they also ingest them a lot. So we've ingested a lot of oils in our family and find it very beneficial.
I have myself as well. I just started ingesting them and using them topically. But that's great. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Wendy.
Bulldozer Health Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and healthcare reform initiative. You can find us at bulldozerhealth.org. Take back your health, America.